I wanted to come on and do this pre-record because I heard something today, and I've heard it several times, but today I heard it again, and I had said it about a year ago how all this online beefing needs to stop. It needs to stop because it's just spilling over. It's just spilling over into the lives of the church, outside the church, and it's just going too far. This beefing is just going too far, and it needs to stop. What happened to us going and talking to a person face to face, picking up the phone, having a conversation? Why are we publicly beefing with one another, putting one another down, exposing, exploiting one another? Why are we doing that? And I am telling you, it's a big concern to ministers, to leaders in these communities. Because when you do it, it hurts. It hurts a lot of people. It doesn't just hurt you and that person that's doing it. It's hurting people that care about you and that other person. As well as it's kind of embarrassing because it's not kids doing it, it's adults doing it. Going at each other publicly, dissecting one another's life openly. And one of the ministers said, what is the benefit from that? Ask yourself, is God pleased with that? And then he said, how many people are around you to tell you how ugly that looks? It looks so ugly. When you're out here going back and forward, we used to say arguing, but now the young people say beefing. So that's what it is. That's how they relate. And some of the older people have latched on to it because that's what it is. That's what they call it on the streets. That's what it is. And it's so unhealthy because it hurt so many other people that you don't understand what you're doing when you do that. Pick up the phone, talk to people, have a sit down, do something outside of going online, beefing with each other, taking that stuff public where people recording you out public, going at one another. And sometimes it gets people hurt. But I will remember what I heard this pastor say. How many people are around you have really just stopped you and said, look, you need to not do that. And tell you how disgraceful and immature that looks. It's not a good look. And why are people doing it? It needs to stop. One minister I heard say, and he was talking to his congregation, and he said, go somewhere, shut your mouth, and grow up. Go somewhere, shut your mouth, and grow up. Because this type of behavior, it shows some signs of no growth. It's just signs of immaturity. It's something that you must think about when you're doing these things. It's so ugly. It's so immature. And it's disturbing how much of it goes on within our communities. It's disturbing. Because you know that people know better than what they're doing. Silence is a great weapon. Sometimes you just have to step back and go silent and think before you react. Because all of this online beefing, all of this publicly trying to embarrass each other, all of that is so ugly and is so immature. And when you have the churches who are stepping up to say, what is really going on? Because people are taking that behavior inside the churches. And now you're disrupting the churches as well. People go there as it should be a comfort place, a place of comfort. Not all this listening to back and forth, and the usher can't get along with the choir member, and the choir member can't get along with the Sunday school teacher, and the Sunday school teacher can't get along with the deacon, and the deacon, he don't like the pastor. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and then the laymen's on the pew are watching all of this, and you're in leadership roles. What I'm saying is happening, this stuff has spilled inside of the walls of the church, of the building. Because we, the people, are the church. We go there to serve. Why are we pulling in worldly ideas, worldly actions into the church? I will say it again. As this minister said, go somewhere, shut your mouth, and grow up. Because beefing just shows that you have not grown. Where are the people who should be telling the people just how ugly this looks? What happened to going to one another and sitting down and reasoning with one another? Because a lot of times you'll find that parties involved, nobody's 100% right. Nobody's 100% wrong. So you got to find some way to meet in the middle and find some common ground. Because this stuff is just out of control. It's to a point where now it's just so ugly, it's just so disrespectful. It's embarrassing. And it's immature. How in the world are we reading God's word, talking to God, singing in the choir, just doing what we do, teaching Sunday school, preaching sermons, praying as deacons, and we beefing with each other in God's house? And we wonder why young people are turning away from the churches. I tell you why. Because we look like the streets. Why would they want to come inside the building when the people in the building are acting like the people in the streets? We're trying to mix spiritual and moral together, and that's not going to work. It's just not. That's just like light and dark cannot be in the same room. They can't stay in the same room. Moral and spiritual, you can't be in the same room. It won't work. Let me know what you think. Okay? Y'all, just something to think about, something to share. I would love to hear your feedback. All right? Have a wonderful day.